بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا تبرأنا من حولنا وقوتنا والتجأنا إلى حولك وقوتك يا ذا القوة المتين. اللهم يا رب ألهمنا بما فيه حاجة المستمعين وأعنا وأفض علينا من فضلك وأنوارك وأعطياتك يا أكرم الأكرمين. Brothers and sisters, I think it's very important to understand that we are on the way to Allah, and we have to understand the meaning of this way to Allah. We have to know that the people, the believer, the Muslim, the religious people walking on the way to Allah. And through this walking in the way to Allah, they are using many means, many ways. And just to make the idea clear to us, nowadays there are some people walking on their feet, and some people using the bicycle, some people driving a car, some people using the airplane. The speed from the airplane different from the speed of the car, different from the speed of the bicycle, different from the speed of the walking. So when someone walking, he just in hours can reach miles, but someone in a car in hours can reach hundreds of miles, but by the airplane can reach thousands of miles. What is the meaning of this on the way of Allah? On the way of Allah, we have many ways, and we have many speed. Some people going in very slow way. Some people going in more and more and more and more until you have the speed of light. No, you have more than the speed of light. And to explain this, we have to understand that the speed to Allah and the ways to Allah is more than the number of the creation. So now you can imagine how many ways and how many speed and how and maybe someone said, okay, which one is the best? Which one is the more? I said, all of them are doing what they can do, and all of them do their best, and all of them is inshallah accepted on the way of Allah. But in reality, our time is very short, and we need to going more and more closer to Allah in this dunya before we reach the akhirah. For this reason, we have to know which is the highest speed way, which is the fastest way to help us to become closer to Allah. This is Allah Azza wa Jal decided to us. This is how the Prophet decided to us and lead us to this. And when we know this way, we have to plan how to enter the school, how to get the certificate, how to practice in this school, not just to have a lecture and say, okay, alhamdulillah, now I have a lecture, and put it in my bag and go on. Always I told the people that we didn't give just a lecture. We didn't talk about the topic or spend our time just to get, no. We make a lecture of life. We make life lesson, something we should use it all our life. We should look for it. We should upgrade it. We should understand it. Rasulullah said that Abu Bakr wasn't ahead of you because of a lot of fasting and because of a lot of praying. Abu Bakr was ahead of you because an important thing. What this important thing? What this important thing make Abu Bakr the first student of the school of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? It was love. It was love. This word we lose in our teaching nowadays. This word we didn't understand in our teaching nowadays. We replace love with many other difficult things. You should walk. You should use the car. You should swim. I feel if you have a plane, you have to use the plane. When you use the plane in hours, you travel from continent to continent. But when you are swimming, you do a lot of effort and you didn't reach
destination,
a city. You didn't pass a village. You didn't. So now, please, now our life is short. And our way to Allah, all of the Muslims today, believe me, spending a lot of time, spending a lot of effort, but unfortunately, they're swimming, they're walking, they are running, and they have the airplane. But a few of people who use this airplane is available. Yes, it's available for everyone. For everyone. Do you want that? Do you search for that? Do you look for that? If you do this, Allah will help you. Allah will give you. Allah warned us in the Quran. Allah warned us in the Quran in Surah Tawbah 24. And I go back more and more and more to this ayah because this ayah is very, very important ayah.
Can I mention?
It is for the believer. It is for the people who believe. It is for the Muslim. It is for every one of us. And it's warning from Allah. And it's really very high level of understanding of the Quran. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وَإِخْوَانُكُمْ وَأَزْوَاجُكُمْ وَعَشِيرَتُكُمْ وَأَمْوَالٌ اقْتَرَفْتُمُوهَا وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره والله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين.
Say, if your fathers and your sons and your brothers and your spouses and your clan and the wealth you have earned and the trade you apprehend will recede and the homes you will like are dearer to you than Allah and His Messenger and struggling in His way, then wait until Allah comes with His command. Allah does not lead the sinning people to the right path.
Today, if we ask the Muslim, are you loving Allah? Of course. Who is the first one who love in your life? Allah. If we ask 1.7 billion Muslim this question, they will answer. Our first priority in love, Allah. What is the reality? More than Allah. And Allah revealed this ayah to whom at the beginning? To the community of the Prophet. Revealed this ayah to the Sahaba of Rasulullah. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ أَبَاؤُكُمْ. So what should I do according to this? Search my heart between me and myself. I should put the mirror between me and myself. Do you love Allah? Loving Allah is my first priority, is my first thing, or I love my son, I love my daughter, I love my business, I love my money. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that if you love your children more than Allah, and you became something to choose between Allah and your children, you will choose your children. You will not choose Allah. If you love your business, this is the real exam. This is the real test to know if you love Allah more, or you love your children, or you love your money, or you love your community. Today we said, okay, this is the right. No, please, if we do that, the community will be upset with us. So please, we would like to do what our community love to do. Oh, you will do what your community love to do, not what Allah love to do. Because Allah with the right. No, please, we don't want to make a problem. You know, the community, they will put us, they will surround us, they will not be nice with us. We have to do what our community. So, وَعَشِيرَتُكُمْ. Oh, we think that Ashira only in the day of Jahiliyyah. No, today the communities are Ashiratukum. Ashiratukum today is your community, your people around you. So, do you prefer what Allah wants or what the community wants? When you tell the community this is wrong, we shouldn't do this because Allah didn't satisfy with this, not for the silly things, not for the cheap things, because we do this, but for what? For the cheap thing. One time, a person in the age of Umar bin Khattab found, let's say, a small amount of money, dirham, yani cent, 5 cents, according to our days. And Umar made the khutbah, and he started. It is not the way. It is not the way to stand in front of the people in the mosque and start to shout, because those people would like to create problems. You know, there is a way to say, there is a way to speak. So he stand up and interrupt the speech and said, "Oh, Umar, I found 5 cents." Okay, 5 cents according to their currency. And Umar said, "Oh, sit. The man of cold righteousness, الورع البارد, the silly righteousness." Okay, this is the silly righteous. If it is $100, you will not say that. But because it's 5 cents, you go and shout but if it is 100, you will sit and discuss it with you. Can I take it? It is to me, or maybe I deserve it. But furthermore, it's 5 cents. You shout, and so those people, when they shout for something silly, for something, but for an important thing, we didn't talk. We didn't. So, قل إن كان, if your fathers, your children, your brother, your wives, your tribes, your money, your business, your houses, if you love those more than Allah and more than paying the effort in the way of Allah, وَجِهَادٍ فِي سَبِيلِهِ. Today, your jihad is the jihad of calling to Allah, jihad al-da'wah. Everyone, when you say jihad, directly he think fighting, but no more fighting. No, it's the matter of the government. The government defeat any country when another people attack this country. This is for everyone in Germany, in US, in every country. Someone attack this country, the people should defeat. So please forget this. Every time we mention jihad, the people directly, their mind going to fighting. No. Jihad for your desire. Jihad for your manners, for your morals. Jihad to teach the people. Jihad to help the people. Jihad to call the people to the way of Allah. الدعوة إلى Allah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا. Calling for what? To his mosque, to his group, to his party. Unfortunately, today we're calling to our group. Oh, if you are from our group, you are real Muslim. If you are not, because only our group is the real Muslim. No, it is not your group. It is calling to Allah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا. Allah mentioned that in Quran. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى Allah. He is calling for Allah. Where are the people who calling? I don't want you to follow me. I want you to call to connect to Allah. I want you to love Allah. I want you to start your way and start the fastest way to Allah. And the fastest way to Allah today is love. The fastest way. Abu Bakr wasn't ahead of you because a lot of fasting and because a lot of praying and because of a lot of hajj and because of a lot of spending money. Because of what? Because of something in his heart. What is it? This is love. Love to Allah. Believe me, my brother and sister, unfortunately, today we make our religion the way of suffering, the way of pain. Yes, the way of pain, the way of suffering. And I am honestly speaking, a prayer without love is suffering. Prayer without love is suffering. To wake up 4 o'clock at the morning, you are sleeping, you are tired. Okay, go to wash yourself, to make wudu, and to start. It's a suffering. But if someone loves and his lover call him, he will jump. He suffer, or he feel happy. He feel happy anytime. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So tahajjud without loving is pain and suffering. And we cheat the people. We told them, you have to be patient. You have to feel, you have to endure this pain. We are liars. We have to love Allah. You don't want to feel pain. You don't want to suffer. You should enjoy. And this is what Rasulullah said. Arihna biha ya Bilal. Please, Bilal, make the adhan. We want to have our enjoyment. We want to have our happiness. We want to feel the connection to Allah, which is the most important moment in our life. If you ask someone who loves, what is the best moment you spend? He said, the moment I spend with my lover. Yes, this is for a human. How if you love Allah? Believe me, all the love of the human, all the love of the human will not be a drop in ocean of the happiness of loving Allah. But this is the problem. Today, pilgrimage without love is a trip of suffering, is a trip of pain. You go there, a lot of people, crowded, pushing, running, you left everything in your life. No shower, no perfume, the people pushing. And what is this? A lot of people return back from Islam when they went to Hajj. I know them. Many people, because he looked to this. But the Hajj with loving Allah is the most important trip in your life. It is the trip of tears. It is the trip of the purification of the spirit and the soul. It is the trip of love. Every time when you're making tawaf, you're talking to Allah, you make dua, you feel the nur of Allah in your heart. When you're making sa'i, when you recite the Quran, when you're making dhikr, when you're landing in the airplane, you feel the nur of Allah in your heart. Is the best. But without love, it is the trip of pain. And we said to the people, oh, you have to be patient. You have to, and the people, poor people, this is what they told them. Oh, we have to be patient. We have to suffer. We have to have a lot of pain. Anyone, I give him very nice food, and I told him, oh, you have to be patient if you eat this food. Or I told him, enjoy your food. Enjoy You're sweet. Enjoy. Yeah. I give him a very nice cake and ice cream. And I told, okay, be patient with this and have a lot of pain. This is what I told. Do you think that prayer has more enjoyment or the cake and the ice cream and the garden? What do you think? What do you think? But this is how we cheat the people. We don't let them enter the school of love, the school of Sahaba, the school of Abu Bakr, the school of Arifin, the school of Awliya, the school of Mu'mineen. Allah Azza wa Jal said, إن كان آباؤكم وأبناؤكم وأزواجكم, if you love them more than Allah, so what? Waiting, فتربصوا. Oh, Allah threaten us? Allah want us to love Him by force? No, no. The meaning of ayat not like this. It is exactly, if you are driving your car and you find a sign, you have a problem in the oil. Another sign, you have a problem in the brakes. Another sign, you have a problem in engine. You will have a message from the company that you are in a real danger. You are in a real problem. It doesn't mean that the company put you in the danger or in a problem. Yes, the company send you a message, and the message from the company, you are in a real danger. If you have blood analyzing and you go to doctor and he said, oh, high level of cholesterol, high level of sugar, you are in a real problem. You wait for disaster. Maybe you will lose, maybe you will have heart attack. That doesn't mean the doctor make this heart attack or he just warned you. This is what Allah told us. According to the analyzing of our heart, according to analyzing of our iman, He told you, this is the result. If you love anything more than Allah, so wait. Why? Because now you are away from the straight way. You are away from the straight way. You are away from the Sirat al-Mustaqim. This is the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Now you are, and if you go out from something, this is in Arabic, fasaqa. Fasaqa, that when you have a seed and this seed start to sprout, we say fasaqa. So this is, Wallahu la yahdi al-qawm al-fasiqin. So Allah will not guide you in this way. Why? Because you go out from the straight way. If someone driving on the highway, the government responsible. The government put the sign. Go, don't go, speed limit, everything. But if you go out of the highway and you drive on the field, will you find any sign about the speed? No. So the government will not guide you if you are going outside the guidelines. And for this reason, if you are going outside the way of Allah, Allah will not guide you. So, what is the way of Allah in this case? What do you think the way of Allah?
Love.
Love. Because Allah said, if you love anything more than Allah, that means there's a big problem, and Allah will not guide the people who are going out of the straight way. This is the straight way. So the straight way is the way of love. So every ibadah, everything, fasting without love is what? Suffering. It's pain. It's, the people couldn't endure the idea. One time I met a strong lady, an Iron lady coming from Europe. She has 6 college degrees. She speaks 7 languages. She driving the car for a long time. And I told, we are in Ramadan. She said, what? We fasting from the dawn to sunset. Nothing. No eating, no drinking, just water, coffee, nothing. No. I couldn't endure this. And she visited a school to the children. And girls, how old are you? 10. Did you fast? Yes. How many days? All Ramadan, 15 days. Oh, and she looked, you fasting? Yes. Yes. Fasting with love is enjoyment. When you feel hungry, you talk to Allah. Oh Allah, I do this because of you. I do this because I love you. When you spend money, all of us, we don't like to spend money. All of us, we want to keep money. But if you love something and you spend money, you will feel, oh, what do you want? Oh, I want Tesla car. It will cost too much, yes. But when you spend the money and you look to the Tesla car, oh, you feel comfortable. You feel happy. You feel, when you spend money and you have very nice garden and you look to the car, oh, I have this car. Okay, I spend money, but I have a garden. Every time you look at garden, when you spend money to a person you love your daughter, and your daughter want a new address, and you spend the money for this new clothes. And when you look to this, you feel happy, you know? So zakah without love is what? Is suffering, is pain. Reciting Quran without love is pain. You have to, I go to the poor and children, she memorizing. It's just a pain. It's just a suffering, you know? Calling to Allah is a way of pain and suffering. Without loving Allah, you just talk to the people and be patient with them. This one join, this one not join, this one want to come, this one don't want to come, this one, okay, oh, Shaykh didn't say good, this one say Shaykh, you know, it's a way of suffering. Da'wah ilallah, calling to Allah, is a way of pain. But if you love Allah, you don't talk to the people, you don't talk to you just look to Him. Oh Allah, I do this because of you. So please guide the people to the way of love. Way of love is real way to Allah Azza wa Jal. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. What is the first word after اهدنا الصراط المستقيم? صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. The way of the people, you grace them, you gave them. Who are the people who Allah gave them? Who are the people we know like us? We don't talk about the prophets. What do you think? Who is the first person we can think that Allah an'amta alayhi? What do you think? Abu Bakr. Because Abu Bakr is the first student in the school of the Prophet. So how Abu Bakr was ahead of the Sahaba? How? According to the witness of the Prophet. Abu Bakr was the first because a lot of fasting.
No.
Abu Bakr was the first because a lot of praying, a lot of zakah, a lot of hajj, a lot of memorizing Quran. What? According to the certificate of the Prophet, because of love. When you love Allah, you just wait to open the Quran, to listen to the word of Allah. If you love someone, you just would like to listen to him. If you love Allah, the prayer is the best time. If you love Allah, the Hajj is the most beautiful trip. If you love Allah, Zakah is the most thing you would like to spend. Everything will change in your life. One time I met someone and he said, no. We should suffering. We should have pain. No, you shouldn't. You should have pain in other things. Yes. You should have pain, not in the way of Allah. You should have pain when you return to your society. Now you have to be patient. When you deal with the people, when one time, Dawood alayhi salam, the Prophet David alayhi salam, he prayed to Allah, he made dhikr to Allah. He would like to spend all his time with Allah. He don't, and Allah told him, oh Dawood, oh David, you will not reach my satisfaction, you will not reach my rida, you will not reach my happiness to you until you go back to the people and be patient with them. Now I will be satisfied with you. Now I will accept with you. But not the patient in the prayer. Not the, okay, at the beginning, I accept that. But someone spending 50 years in his prayer and he's still patient, we're cheating him. Oh, my uncle, did anyone guide you to the school of love? Oh, what is this school? Do we have school in love? Love is not accepted in Islam. Yes, love is not accepted in Islam to your, I don't know what, or I don't know whom, I don't, yeah, if you love an actress, if you love Angela Jolie, is not accepted in Islam. Yes, but love to Allah and love in the way of Allah, this is Islam calling for this. And believe me, if someone love Allah, it will be much more important than anything else. If we return to the ayah in Al-Baqarah 165, this ayat will come back to this. In Al-Tawbah 24, we will come back more and more because this ayat has many high level of understanding. We will not stop at this.
Can I explain? As Shaykh is giving the lecture, we have another screen in front of us. For those that are watching the live stream, you can open up Quran.com and follow along. He will give the surah number and the verse number so we can understand the meaning of the Quran as it pertains to the love of Allah. This is Surah Baqarah, Surah number 2, verse 165.
Now Allah about the people, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَتَّخِذُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنْدَادًا يُحِبُّونَهُمْ كَحُبِّ اللَّهِ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ وَلَوْ يَرَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا إِذْ يَرَوْنَ الْعَذَابَ أَنَّ الْقُوَّةَ لِلَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ. Yes.
Among the people, there are some who set up co-gods besides Allah, whom they love like they love due to Allah. But those who believe are most firm in their love for Allah. Would that the unjust people could perceive when they see the torment, in essence, any calamity in this world, that all power belongs to Allah alone, and that Allah is severe in punishment.
So, Allah now talking about An-Nas. And as I said, every time Allah mentioned the human, insan in the Quran, it will be in negative way. Every time. خلق الإنسان هلوعا والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر ولقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. So it is the human. Why is the human? The Quran mentioned it in negative way because he didn't enter the school. School of what? School of faith. He didn't study the courses of what? Of love. He didn't know the courses of what? Of mentioning Allah. You know, for this reason, he is insan. So, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, there are some people, they didn't enter the school of faith, that they love something, they love the other like Allah. But you know, when Allah mentioned the ayat before in the 24, he said that if you love one of these 8 items more than God, you know, this is love them like what they love God. وَلَوْ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. So what is the description of the believer? That they love Allah more than anything else. More than anything else. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this, they put the order of Allah in front of anything else. They put the way of Allah more than anything else. And this is how someone be a real believer. And if he didn't, he's still missing very important thing. One time, Umar bin Khattab came to the Prophet and he said, "Oh Rasulullah, I love you more than my children. I love you more than my money. I love you more than my tribes, except myself. I love myself more than you." And Rasulullah answered him honestly, "Ma kamula imanuka ya Umar." Your faith is still incomplete. You're still missing. Okay, if someone get 70, I said it's a good grade, but you still miss 30. Okay, 70 is very good, and don't worry. No, he's honest with him. He said, "Ma kamula imanuka ya Umar." Your faith is incomplete, Umar. You have to work. You have to ask Allah. You have. And then he said, "Oh Rasulullah, now I love you more than my money, more than my children, more than myself." And Rasulullah answered, "Now your faith is completed, Umar." So it is only for Umar? No, it's for Mohanad and Ahmad and Azhar and Bara and Kashif and everyone. If there is something you love him more than Allah, your iman is uncompleted. You are missing. And you are missing, that means you're still in dangerous. Okay, my cholesterol now is very good. My so and so, but I still have sugar in the blood. Okay, you are doing well, but you're still in dangerous. You're still in dangerous. You have to fix this. So, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ, that the believer love Allah more than. But you know, today, there are people who love the movie star more than the believer, how they love Allah. Today, there are people who love the football player more than the people who love Allah. You see, a lot of example in the life today to see how. Why? Because we didn't enter the school of loving Allah. We didn't have the teacher to teaching us the way of loving Allah. So today, okay, should I love Allah? Should I know that? I said yes. Otherwise, if you'd like to walk, you can walk. You can use a bicycle. It's your choice. It's your choice. The way of judgment will come, and you're just going from city to city by using your bicycle. And there is an airplane, and there is a space ship. Oh, there is a spaceship also? I said yes. How can we use the spaceship? Now you need two things. You need two things. What? You need how to love Allah, and you need the mentioning of Allah, dhikrullah. When you have the dhikrullah, the mentioning of Allah, and the loving of Allah, now you will use the spaceship. The people buy the airplane going from continent to continent, and you go from planet to planet, going from galaxy to galaxy. Now it's something completely different. So, because if someone loves something, he will mention it a lot. But okay, you love Allah? Yes, I love Allah. How many times you mention Allah? 10 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes. No, my dear. These 10 minutes just preparing, just to prepare your soul. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioning Allah all his time. And Allah Azza wa Jal described ulul albab in the Al Imran. يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم. They're mentioning Allah when they're laying, when they are standing, when they are. That means in all their situation. This is the real way of mentioning Allah. So you have to enter the school of learning how to mention Allah. We have to enter the school how to love Allah and how to increase. The people said, okay, it's a very important topic. Can we give it to us with 5 minutes? To have a bachelor, how many years you need?
Minimum 4.
4?
Minimum.
But before this, you can't directly go to 4 and you need 12 years before this. So it's 16. It's 16 to say past perfect, past participle, adjective, subject, verb, object, to know this. Mathematics, to know this. That you need 16 years. And to have certificate of love, please just give it to us. Oh, Sheikh, you convinced us. Now we believe. Can you just give it to us to finish the case? It's enough. Now you are 4 lectures talking about this case. What else? What? No. Cool. This is cool. And this is cool. You will join this school in your life. I don't want to cheat you. I was a student in this school for around 45 years. And believe me, every day I find something new in this school. Every day I test something new in this school. And honestly speaking, as I spent 45 years studying, going to the people who loving Allah, join the school of loving Allah, studying, and I still at the seashore,
At the shoreline.
At the shoreline. I didn't enter the ocean yet. I feel myself walking on the edge. So this way of Allah is unbelievable. First of all, as we said, the first step is to ask Allah to give you this grace from Him. And this is how Rasulullah said, Allahumma inna nas'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba amalin yuqarribuna ila hubbik. Allahumma rzuqna, provide us. Allahumma rzuqna hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba amalin yuqarribuna ila hubbik. I was talking about myself. Believe me, I spend at least 1 year in every prayer, in every sujood, in every rak'ah. I urge Allah. I ask, please Allah, provide me, rzuqni, hubbak. It's a great thing. What is 1 year? What is 2? If we spend all our life asking Allah to give us His love, and He gifted us His love, at the end of our life, believe me, we win. We win. Do you know what? Do you think that if there is a heart loving Allah, Allah will let this heart going to Jahannam? Impossible. Do you know what? Why? Because Jahannam will not accept him. Because the nur of loving Allah will turn off Jahannam. The nur of loving Allah will turn off Jahannam. When the believer just passed over Jahannam, Jahannam told him, please, going fast, your nur turn off my fire. Please, just run, just cross. فَإِنَّ نُورَكَ أَطْفَأَ لَهَبِي. So, for this reason, I don't tell you for something easy. This is the way of the Prophet. Do you think The first lesson from Prophet Muhammad for the people who say, Sunnah of Rasulullah. Follow Sunnah. What is Sunnah? Going to the Jum'ah prayer after you make a shower. This is cheap Sunnah. Yes, it's Sunnah, but this is cheap. All the people today, all the British people, all the American people, all of them have a shower 1 day and 2 days, and all the people do this Sunnah. The atheists and the Sunnah. Go to the. This is they put it in the WhatsApp. Sunnah. What is the first Sunnah of Rasulullah? What is the first lecture of Rasulullah? When Rasulullah go to Ghar Hira. For what? For what? He spent weeks, months, days, night, doing what? He entered the school of loving Allah. He entered the school, and this is the first lecture for the rejecter. Until the rejecter feel this loving, Rasulullah didn't make a lecture. Don't have Skype, don't have WhatsApp, don't make any lecture, don't make any announcement. He just take his food, walking, going to the mountain, going to Ghar Hira, and just coming, and those people just look to his face, and his spiritual condition spread for everyone, and everyone feel, and they said the great word, لقد عشق محمد ربه. Rasulullah full in love with his Lord. What is the first lecture in Islam? What is the first lecture in Sunnah? Love. Love to what? To my party? To my group? If you are from my group, I love you. If you are not from my group, I will love you. If you are from my country, this is not Islam. This is Jahiliyyah. Oh, it is in the mosque, in the Islamic center. This is Jahiliyyah. Whatever, wherever it was. One time when Abu Dhar told Bilal, you are the son of the black lady. What did Rasulullah told him? He is one of the companions. إِنَّكَ امْرُؤٌ فِيكَ جَاهِلِيَّةٌ. Oh, Abu Dhar, you still have the spirit of Jahiliyyah. You still have the manner of Jahiliyyah. إِنَّكَ امْرُؤٌ فِيكَ جَاهِلِيَّةٌ. So, the first sunnah of Rasulullah, the first school Rasulullah entered. For how long? At least for 3 years. Rasulullah attend the school of loving Allah for 3 years, and he spent months, weeks. So, how you spend in this school? How many times? Did you know this school before? Oh, this is the first time I know about this school. And when Rasulullah came back to the Sahaba for all the time in Mecca, he told them what? Bukhari, Muslim, Zamakhshari, Ibn Kathir. He told them what? Al-Kashaf al-Munir, a lot of books, and tafasir, and kutub, and book. There is nothing. He told them how to love Allah. He taught them how to love Allah. Until one of them, they want to cut his leg. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They said, okay, you should drink wine. He said, no. Let me just go to the prayer. And when you look to my shape, to my color different, do what you would like to do. Now I will be with Allah. And if I am with Allah, do what you would like to do. I don't feel about dunya. I don't talk about this, but let's have less, half, quarter, 10% like this situation, like this hal. Believe me, if someone left from this dunya and he didn't taste the love of Allah, he missed the reason of this life. if he went from this dunya and he didn't know the love of Allah, and he is Muslim for 40 years or 50 years, I said, I am sorry. We're cheating you. We waste your time. We just let you come to the Jum'ah prayer and go back and go to the school and listen, and we're cheating you. Please, my brother, please, my sister, first lecture in Islam, first sunnah in Islam, first thing you can do in Islam to love Allah. If you love Allah, everything you will love everything. You will love your da'wah ila Allah. Anything you do to your lover is something you love it very much. Let's have a break, and inshallah we will continue after a break. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. If there is any question, we can start our second section. If there is any question about the topic.
Every time that we resume from break, Sheikh asks all the attendees if anybody has a question specifically pertaining to the topic at hand, but even if it's something outside, feel free to message. There's a chat box on the right side if you're on the YouTube live stream. Otherwise, you can listen to the answers here.
Sheikh's question: If you get to the stage where you love Allah, right, and automatically dunya becomes secondary for you, right? In everything in dunya is you're less and less interested in, right? Is that a sign that you automatically will not like money, big house, cars? Is that a sign, or no, there's people that love Allah and also love dunya? Can you have both?
Okay. I think there is a difference between to owe the dunya, to have the dunya, or to love the dunya.
Right.
I agree. If someone have great house, very luxurious car, any good thing, but not to have it in your heart. You know, it's big difference. So we work in the dunya. Why we work in the dunya? Because we need the power, we need the money to put it on the way of Allah. Everything today need the money, need the power, need, you know, Hajj, you know, today 3 pillars of Islam need someone to have a dunya. Zakah, for rich people or for poor people? Who makes zakah? Rich people. Going to pilgrimage, who go to pilgrimage? Someone who owes the money, who has the power to make pilgrimage. And also zakah and hajj and okay, 2 pillars of Islam, zakah and hajj need money, need to be to have the money. So we work in the dunya, we bring to put it in the way of satisfying.
But I'm saying, as a human being, if you love Allah, you would automatically have less and less interest in dunya. Right?
Of course.
That means it doesn't motivate you to go make too much money. You're just happy with what you have, right? You don't need to have a big house then. You don't need to have a nice car. Because, I don't know, it's contradictory where I find it hard that if you reach to that point, you're just going to be completely away from all the daily things you do for dunya, because you're getting up and running around. And there's a lot of things happening.
I understand this, but you know, now we work in dunya not because of dunya, because of akhirah. Now we want the dunya. Allah said, وَأَعِدُّ, prepare, مَسْتَطَعْتُمْ, whatever you could, from power. And today, the money that is the most important power. So now we respond to Allah. Now we work with the dunya, we bring the dunya, not because we love the if we love the dunya, it's okay. It's okay. Allah mentioned 8 things you can't love them. Your children, your family, your wife, your father, your business, your house. It's okay to love, but not to love them more than Allah. You know, Islam is realistic. You cannot say, okay, you don't love, if I don't love, why to bought the house? If I don't love the car, why to blame the car? No. You can love this. You can love your work. You can love your business. You can love, but not more than Allah. This is the turn point. This is the turn point. Not to love anything of this more than Allah. But you need these things in your life. How much dunya? Because your dunya is your way to akhirah. Your dunya is your bridge to akhirah. If your bridge is strong, you can go strongly. If your edge is if your bridge is weak, you cannot go fastly. You cannot go. This is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that نعم المال الصالح للعبد الصالح. It is very great, the clean money to the faithful person. Islamic project, we just bargain the people. But if the Muslim have the power, there is no need for this. You don't see this bargaining in begging in other places. Any other question? If there is no question, I think we will go to the last ayah in our meeting today. It's Al-Ma'idah 54, and it's an amazing ayah, an amazing sign. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا من يرتد منكم عن دينه فسوف يأتي الله بقوم يحبهم ويحبونه أذلة على المؤمنين أعزة على الكافرين يجاهدون في سبيل الله ولا يخافون لومة لائم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله واسع عليم.
Surah Ma'idah, verse 54. O you who believe, if any one of you turns back from his faith, then Allah will bring a people whom He loves and who love Him, humble toward the believers, hard on the disbelievers, who fight in the way of Allah and are not afraid of the reproach of any critic. This is a grace of Allah. He confers it on whom He wills. Allah is all-embracing, all-knowing.
So, now the ayat talking about very, very sensitive and important topic. It's turn away from Islam. It's turn away from Islam. And Allah said, if you turn away, all you who believe, so that means, could someone believer turn away from Islam? Yes, it could. It's good. Furthermore, we still in this life, we are in dangerous. We have to watch ourselves. We have to control ourselves. We have to increase our faith and our iman, not to stop. If you stop, that means you return. So, يا أيها الذين آمنوا من يرتد منكم عن دينه. Anyone turn back from his iman, from his religion, so Allah will replace you. Will replace you with another people. What is the first adjective of those people? Making a lot of prayer, reciting a lot of Quran, doing a lot of Hajj and pilgrimage. What is the first character for replacement?
Love.
فسوف يأتي الله. So Allah will bring, Allah will people. What are those? يحبهم ويحبونهم. The first adjective, the first attribute, the first attitude is those people who are loving Allah and Allah loving them. So now, now we are talking about the first level. First level, how to love Allah. But after now you love Allah, after you graduate from school of loving Allah, now you should make the master degree in love and the PhD in love. What is this? How you act to make Allah loving you. Now this is, but first of all, you have to love Allah. Second, how Allah will love you. You know, this is رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. Allah satisfied and you satisfied with Allah. اذكروا الله يذكركم. First of all, you enter the school of how to mention Allah, and then you upgrade, you elevate until how Allah mention you. You see how this interactive online, how this upgrade, it is our religion is life religion. First of all, you mention Allah, then you reach the way of dhikr until Allah mention you. Now you satisfy with Allah, and we reach that Allah went, your satisfaction. You love Allah, and then you act how Allah will love you. So all this is very important. So what is the first thing? What is the first sign for those people? They love Allah and Allah love them. So if someone turn away from Iman, when this turning away starts, when he starts to lose love in his heart, you know, this is the great sign. For this reason, I told you, prayer without love is. For this reason, when Rasulullah said, "Yumsi al-rajulu mu'minan wa yusbihu kafiran," because he is on the edge, because he starts to lose love. So for his reason, now he is in a dangerous. Now maybe he will turn away, and we know a lot of people who turn away. Why? Because they start to lose love. They start to lose the power in their iman. When you start to lose the power in the car, what does that mean? The car will stop. The car will stop. And when you start to lose the power of love in your iman, that means your iman will stop. And after stopping, you will turn around. You will go in the opposite side. For this ayat is really very, very important. So, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, man yartadda minkum an dini, who turn away from. So Allah will bring people who are loving Allah and Allah loving them. What is the next adjective of those people? أذلة على المؤمنين. We acting with each other in very nice way. We acting in very good way. Rasulullah said that al-akhu li akhihi, the believer to the believer, is like al-jamal al-anif. Al-jamal al-anif, the anif camel, you know, for the horse, they put the lijam. It's a metal part, they put it in his mouth to stop him for the horse. For the camel is very tall. How can I put him or bring him down? They put a ring in his nose, and they connect this ring to a rope. So when you would like to put the camel down, just you, and he directly come down. We translate this. If we put this ring in his nose and
Nose
ring, so the camel is so you know, Rasulullah make simulation that this is how the way brother should act with each other. Like they obey each other, they're nice with each other, like the Jamal al-Anif. This is the believer. So when the believer love Allah, and when the Muslim love Allah, you know, he love his brother in Iman. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because of Allah, not because of him. Not because of the color of his eye, because of the color of his hair, because he is from my country, because he is eating the same food, because he is from my family, because of one reason. لا يكتمل إيمان أحدكم حتى يحب لله ويبغض لله. The one will not complete his faith until he loves because of Allah, and he hate because of Allah. At that time, now your iman is completed. Your iman now is on the right way. So you see, when Allah Azza wa Jal say about anyone will turn away and he love Allah. Do you think someone love Allah and he will turn away from faith?
No.
So now we have two zones. We have dangerous zone. Danger or dangerous?
Danger.
Danger zone.
Dangerous.
Dangerous zone. And we have the safe zone. Zone. What is the safe zone? It's the love. When you start to go outside of the love zone, you go to the danger zone. And this is what will prepare you to turn away. So when you are outside of, so love is not something luxurious in Iman. Love is not something I need it or don't need it. It is not a choice. It is not, okay, if you don't want to take this suit, you can take this. If you don't want to take this car, you can take this car. If you don't want to pray too much, you can recite Quran. If you don't want to recite Quran too much, you can fast. But there is any changing or replacement to love? Yes, to turn away. Turn away. That means you start to turn away from the point your love start to decrease. So if I don't join, how can I get this love? As we said, you need to get the college degree 16 years. And the Sahaba graduate after 13 years, after the age of Bakr, as a lover to Allah. And now they have the real face, and now they have the real love. What is the result? The result that Islam spread all over the world is 25 years. Today we cannot spread Islam in our house in 25 years. We cannot spread Islam in our street in 25 years. We cannot spread Islam in our city in 25 years. Why? Why? If you have an empty cup, you cannot fill someone else's. If your cup is empty, how can you fill for someone else's? If you don't have a nur, how can you guide the people to the way of the nur? If you don't have a love, how you can guide the people to the way of love? If you don't have the power, how you can give the people the power of faith? It's impossible. If you have an empty cup, you cannot fill the other cup. You cannot. It's impossible. And we say in Arabic, فَاقِدُ الشَّيْءِ لَا يُعْطِيهِ. If you don't have something, how can you give it to if you don't have food? How can you make the people full and give them food? If you don't have water, how can you give the people? It's impossible. So, loving Allah is very important. Loving Allah is what we're calling in mathematics, is the turning point. You know, this is the turning point. Is the turning point to going up or the turning point to going down? Now you are working in the way of Islam. The minute you start to enter the school, to understand how to increase your love to Allah, now you turn to another stage. And also the point, your love to Allah start to decrease, is the dangerous point, how you turn to another life and how you turn to another situation. I think the topic of love is very important. We have to increase this. Now we're just focusing about the importance of loving Allah. Inshallah, in the future, we will go more and more. What is the way? What is the things we have to do? And as I said, it is not a lecture. It is not one-time lecture. It is a way of life. It's way of life. How you every time check the weather, how much the going up, going down, how you check the fuel in your car, and you see that you need to fill it. You have to check your love to Allah. When you wake to your Fajr prayer and you are active and you feel that now you are, when you feel you are tired, you don't want, you just push yourself to pray. Now you see that your battery of love need to charge it. How you charge the battery of your phone? How you charge the battery of your car? How you need to charge the battery of your love. May Allah give you khair and barakah. May Allah help you to achieve your way to Allah. And now, inshallah, we will going to make zikr, inshallah, for 15 minutes. And may Allah accept from me.
Can you explain?
I think what we are doing in Dhikr Allah, we're just making istighfar and then read some verses of Quran, Al-Ikhlas, Qul Huwallahu Ahad 3 times, and then Al-Fatiha, and then make Salah ala Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, and then start to focus in our heart and to mention Allah in our heart quietly and with all our emotion, with all our thinking, as Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned, وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ فِي نَفْسِكَ خِيفَةً وَتَضَرُّعًا وَدُونَ الْجَهْرِ مِنَ الْقَوْلِ فِي الْغُدُوِّ وَالْآصَالِ. Inshallah, the way of dhikr and how we mention Allah as Allah asks us to do in the Quran. Inshallah, we will explain it in the future if Allah Azza wa Jal want to from us. We have to keep do it on YouTube, or I think